How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another series from the Crypto Stream. So essentially, the CPI numbers came out today, and I wanted to make a short video to cover that. So in this video, we're going to talk about the consumer price index numbers. What are those numbers, and how those numbers are going to have an overall impact on the crypto market. So we're going to take a look at SHIB, we're going to take a look at Ethereum, Bitcoin, and also Saitama. Let's get into it, guys. So there was an article that was put out today from CoinDesk earlier this morning, right when the CPI numbers were released. And that article is headlined saying U.S. inflation slowed to 8.5% in July. CPI report shows Bitcoin jumps. Crypto market responds favorably after the slower than expected reading, which should take pressure off the Federal Reserve to hike rates aggressively at the September meeting. So if we take a step back, guys, and we recall what occurred during the last Fed meeting, we'll know that they rose the key interest rate by 75 basis points. A lot of folks were thinking that the Fed would raise the rate by 100 basis points, which would have been extremely aggressive. And then some people thought that the rates were just going to be raised by about 50 basis points. But the Federal Reserve basically split the middle of the road and came in at 75 basis points. But because the CPI numbers are coming in favorably for this month, it would appear that the inflation has peaked, or somewhat has peaked since it's been going up. And if that is truly the case, then one can have hope that the Federal Reserve will not raise the key interest rate again by another 75 basis points, but instead by 50 basis points, just to continue to thread the needle there to get the economy back in shape. So let's continue to move along here in our assessment of this news as we digest the CPI numbers. So there is one thing I wanted to point out here, which was extremely favorable, and I think it should be noted. So it says traders are now betting on a 65% chance that the Fed will hike interest rates by 50 basis points in September. That's pretty much what I just said. And it says compared to only 32%, sorry, just a day ago that assumed that the Fed would raise the rates by 50 basis points. And so I think overall this is good for the crypto market. I do think this is starting something major. Could we say another bull run? Only time will tell, guys. But so I did want to show another graph or chart here that was put out by CNBC here. As you can see on your screen here, this is showing you the CPI over a period of time from January 22, which just happens to coincide nicely with COVID. As you know, that's kind of when we were getting into the thick of things in COVID, all the way up into present. So right around that time in January 2020, we were at 2.5% for the consumer price index. And we had its trough at around in May at about 0.1% in May of 2020. And as you can see, we've been on a tear, rising rapidly. And obviously that was due to the massive printing machine that was turned on by our federal government, to continue to try to prop up the economy, to avoid a depression. And so we peaked out, it appears, in June of this year at 9.1%, which was the last reported CPI. And then recent, as of today, the numbers again came in at 8.5%. So if we take a look at coin market cap here, we'll see that essentially the overall crypto market is responding favorably. We'll see that the crypto global market cap is 1.14 trillion, and that's an increase of about 4% over this time yesterday. And if we just scroll down and peek at the overall market conditions, we can see that in the crypto space, we can see that overall most of the cryptos are in the green, just a few specks of red there. So what I'd like to do next is take a look at Saitama and see where we stand today. So Saitama is an Ethereum-based token. And one of the things about Ethereum that you need to know is if the token is on Ethereum, more than likely it's going to be pegged to the price. So essentially what that means is when Ethereum is increasing in value, then also the other tokens like Saitama and SHIB, Shiba Inu, those tokens, they sit on the Ethereum blockchain as well. So those tokens are going to see an increase in their value. So if we take a look at this closer, we'll see here. Sorry about that, I had an error on the screen, but we'll see here that we look at the numbers. We'll see that there was a huge candle that came out right around the time the news broke. So we rose for Ethereum all the way from about $1,700 all the way up to about the mid 1800s hundreds. And so we've since kind of been trading sideways, a little bit of downtrend, but I'll call this sideways trading. This is on the 30-minute candle interval. And I know I always preach 4 hours, but since this is such a developing story, I wanted to kind of dial us back to a 30-minute interval there. So you can see that again, Ethereum is up 7.52% on the day. So now if we take a look at Saitama, we'll see that the price is up 3.77%, coming in around 0.0032. Now, if we move over to SHIB, which is also another popular token that runs on the Ethereum blockchain, we'll see that that's also seeing some reflection of the market conditions, which is up 1.42% on a day. And last but not least, I wanted us to take a look at Bitcoin because, see, Bitcoin drives the market. All right. That's very important to note. And one of the other things I wanted to note, so this here is on a 1 year, and this is from CoinMarketCap for those of you that are following along. But this is looking at 1 year ago as of today. One thing that sticks out and that's eerily similar to what's going on right now is the trend. So right now we are in the beginning to middle part of August. So if we go back to 2021 and we take a look at that time frame, we can see around that time frame, we were around $44,000 for Bitcoin. We can see that we went on a tear. We went up a little bit all the way to 52K. And then we retraced all the way down to the lowest point, which was around 42, around about 42-ish thousand or $40,000 per Bitcoin. And then in the month of September, that's when things got crazy and wild. And Bitcoin exploded all the way from the $40,000 range, and it just continued to pump all the way until it reached almost $70,000. And ladies and gentlemen, that is from September to November. That is just a month and a half to 2 months of time that it took to do that. So we've since retraced for obvious reasons, you know, with the feds and the printing of the money to continue to help stimulate the economy. But as you can see, we're in a similar range now in terms of the trend that we're following. So could this be the start of something new? Could this be the start of another bull run? Only time will tell, guys. Only time will tell. But if you ask me, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just trying to tell you about the plays that I'm interested in and the moves that I try to make, to create wealth for me and my family. I would tell you that I think we're in for something special coming up soon here. So thank you for tuning in today's episode for the Crypto Stream. Remember, continue to invest with a purpose and invest with your purpose so that you can create generational wealth for you and your family. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you later.